Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Let's jump into some news that I thought was quite interesting that I found and saved to myself last night. The title is called "An Economic Divide That is Widening. Almost a third of Americans earning $150,000 a year or more say they're living paycheck to paycheck and may rely on credit cards to close the gap." And before we jump into this article, I remember about, almost 2 weeks ago, Fed Powell says that Americans will run out of savings by October of 23. So basically, next month. You look back at the numbers in 2021, Americans had $2.1 trillion in personal savings. Fast forward to 2023, Americans have $1.9 billion in savings. So let's pull up this article. It's not just low-income Americans drowning under inflation and interest rates. Some higher-income folks are feeling the strain of their wallets, as well as data from a June survey conducted by a personal finance software company. Quicken revealed that 32% of Americans earning at least $150,000 a year are currently living paycheck to paycheck, while 36% of folks earning $50 to $150 and 55% of household earnings less than reported are the same. Our research shows an economic divide that is widening among Americans. There is a large group of hardworking people who are still struggling financially, Eric Dunn, CEO of Quicken, said in a press release. "I'm troubled by the compounding problems facing this group. Many of them are living paycheck to paycheck, relying on credit cards they may not be able to afford." And we know that we have, like $1 trillion in credit card debt. That is seriously the highest ever recorded in history. Higher income Americans are relying on credit cards now more than ever. And it says credit card usage has been escalating amid high inflation. In fact, according to the New York Fed, credit card balance topped $1 trillion the second quarter of 2023. Well, with some Americans waiting for their next payday to afford everyday expensive, credit cards may be the only tool left at their disposal. And we'll stop it right there, and I will link it for your reference. We know that this has been happening for some time now, and people are, like I always say, that old expression, robbing Peter to pay Paul. And when you look at these numbers and you realize that more and more Americans are really struggling. We are a nation of creditors, and what I mean by that is that American people, that old the saying, we want to keep up with the Joneses, we want to keep up with the neighbors, we want to keep up with our friends, and really at the end of the day, nobody really cares if you have a new car, if you bought, a $1 million house, at the end of the day, nobody really cares. It's on you and your wallet, and that labor is being put onto your back to pay for it, and, nobody cares. And once people realize, sure, don't get me wrong, we all want to have nice things. I want to have nice things just like everybody else in the world. But there comes a time when we say, wait, hold on. Look what's going on in this economy. Look at the administration that we're under. We know what they are doing purposely to destroy Americans. It's going to be, everybody's going to be either poor, or it's going to be the 1% of those idiots that are in full control. And what they're doing is they're basically wiping out the middle class. You got to remember, 2019, we had the highest home prices. We had some of the highest home prices in history. Like example, a $400,000 house that was being sold back in 2019 it escalated in 2022 to, let's say, $700,000, $800,000. It doubled in price. This is not an extreme. That did happen in certain areas. So you got to do the math. You got to take inventory of all of your assets, what you have, what is a liability, what is holding, what is giving you equity, and you got to stop the insanity. If you are one of the people that are just like to live beyond your means. You really need to stop pulling the reins and, buckle down your finances and get that debt paid off the best way that you can, because what we are all facing going forward is, it's not looking good, people. I think it's even the top financial advisors are saying this time is going to make the depression look like, seriously, like a day, a vacation trip. And we know that those people suffered and people died, children died, and it was a serious, serious time in America. So when everybody says, oh, it can't happen here in America, baloney, okay? Baloney. It did happen. The Dust Bowl, the Depression, we've had World War II, people had victory gardens. Yes, America has had bad times, and we are not above having more downturn. So, call it what you will, but all I can say is these numbers don't lie, okay? We know that there's auto repossession, 30,000 repos every single day in this country, and it's serious. People can't afford to pay their cars, their home mortgages, their rent, buy food, keep the lights on, put gas in the car. We are in serious, serious economic times. We are going to have a financial collapse. And, even the best of us that have maybe prepared the best we can are going to face some serious hard times in the future. I pray that I am wrong and something, divine intervention, pulls us all out of this. Yes, sure, it possibly can turn around, but right now it's not looking good. So I just say, please pull it in, stop spending, stop trying to impress people that really don't care. You don't need to impress anybody. Trust me, at the end of the day, that stress, that burden, that debt is on you and not the people that you're trying to impress. Do yourself a favor, save your money, invest in tangible assets, commodities, things that are going to help you to sleep better at night. Knowing that your debt is paid down will definitely help your stress level, come down, and you will be able to sleep at night. That is something that's serious right now. A lot of people cannot sleep well at night. So I'm just going to end this, everyone. I do hope you have a great rest of your day. Please stay safe out there and pray for the best, I guess. All right. Take care, everyone. God bless.